In this video, I'm gonna show you the concept of ping pong trading. If you don't like this, then you're probably gay. But to learn this, you have to detach yourself from thinking that the only way to trade the market if the price is going up or the price is going down, and think that ranges are completely bad. When ranges are the most beautiful thing. Ranges are the most beautiful thing because we go from liquidity to another liquidity, trapping everyone that's trying to trust these highs and lows whilst we are making all the money. Now you can see on our example that we go from one liquidity to another, and then to another, right? Always going from one liquidity to another. Whether it be major liquidities, medium liquidities like inducements, or even smaller ones, because the market is fractal. Whatever it does on lower time frames, it would also do on the higher time frames. As you come into your day, you'll probably see two liquidities. You have a liquidity below and a liquidity above. You don't do anything until we sweep one of them, whether it be the highs and you look for shorts, or the lows and you look for buys. So as you can see, the market opens right here as we're looking at US 30. We sweep the highs, and so right now, as we sweep the highs, we gotta go sweep the lows. The market is always searching for liquidity. What you gotta understand is that price is like a car and the liquidity is like gas. So the car won't move without gas. So it's always looking for gas. It's always looking for gas. And the more gas it has, the more it can move. Meaning the more relevant the liquidity is, for example, on high time frames, the more move will deliver. Now, going back to our day trading scenario here, you can see that we just sweep one to go sweep the other. This because it's within a range. And super easy to do. Super simple. Then as we sweep the lows, we deliver some sort of traps here. This is what I call the London close trap timing in futures. Because what you gotta understand is that if you trade Forex, for example, you can expect a retracement of the day on the London close session, which is the afternoon of local New York timing. But on futures, the complete opposite, where it might be a 50-50 case. It still delivers a retracement of the day sometimes, but it tends to play out a bit. As markets dying out, you can see that we have made these lows. Price has gone up, but then they end up trapping people at the very beginning of London close session. As you can see by my indicator here, London close is this session, and New York kill zone, it's the orange one. So then if you anticipated quite well, you might have had a trade here following this trap. All right, I'm gonna clean it up so you guys can see. We also trapped everyone that was trusting this high after it made some sort of breaks the structures internally, then making this a smart money trap, to then later making this a smart money trap. Because yes, it's not simply liquidity. If you don't know anything about my channel, it's not just about liquidity, it's also about smart money traps. Because if it was just about liquidity, we would all be rich, because 99% of the traders nowadays trade SMC or ICT, and they are not profitable. Well, 98% of them, let's say. So now you do the exact same. We swap this liquidity in order to go for this liquidity. And now as we done so, and we come into the next day, you have this previous daily low and you have this previous daily high. Now we go towards the highs first. So you look for shorts. Even then you can see that market is fractal. So just from London session, for example, you could have waited or anticipated the Asia session liquidity. So as London swept Asia right here, you could have had some shorts in order to go for the lows of Asia. And as we sweep the lows of Asia, well then you can expect the highs of London. It's exactly like this, right? Going from one liquidity to another. You may have previously highs, previously lows, sessions liquidity, everything's important. So I didn't add a trade right here because it was previous to the New York kill zone, so previous to the market opening. But you could have had a trade here. Let's say another scale in, just from this position, and boom, another winner. Because market's fractal, you can trade these internal moves, although more risky, but still valid. If you're a prop firm trader, you should be using Prop Firm Match. I've been using their platform for years, and every single time I want to buy a new challenge, this is the first place I check. Instead of going to each firm's website and opening 15 tabs and compare every single one of them, you can just check Prop Firm Match and compare every major firm side by side, everything in one place. You can filter by rules, drawdown types, profit targets, if the firm has MetaTrader, if the firm has CTrader, if it's a Forex firm, if it's a futures firm. And the best part is that prop firm match tracks the highest discount going across all the prop firms. So you're always seeing the best pricing for each challenge. For anyone that's looking to diversify the prop firm allocation and look for the best opportunities in prop firm space, I'll leave a link to prop firm match in the description. And then smart money trap cycle, because this was a trap. This now will end up being a trap because people that saw this liquidity sweep are thinking that now that we have made this move up, this is a breaker structure, and it's not no fucking breaker structure, it's a liquidity sweep, meaning we're just going from one liquidity to another. But until we reach these lows right here, you can see that same thing happens here. Okay, just previous to the market open, you had a sweep of London or Asia, whatever this is. Yeah, it's still Asia. So boom, you could have had an internal trade here just to go to Asia, but who cares about Asia when you have this structure right here? So you count all of this or until the absolute lows. Again, another risky internal one, which I didn't mark just to be more confident, but I could have. I'm just trying to portray that this is not all takeable because some of these are actually risky. As we finally sweep the low from 2 days ago, you had New York bearish. So you can add the London close confluence of having a retracement that day. It goes slightly up, but then the next day it does the same thing. And this is by adding things together, right? It's not just seeing going from one liquidity to another, going to one liquidity to another. That's already super powerful, as you can see by the video here. But it's adding more things to the strategy, right? But even if you add all these things together and you build the best possible strategy, it's still not enough if your psychology is shit. So make sure you fix that. If you want, you can check my channel after this video. As we're still on these longs, well, you get the Asia session and you might still do some damage here, right? We see Asia session highs to go for the lows, to go for the highs. Then we could have maybe potentially short this, right? But we don't want to go too deep, because this is the previous daily low right here. Then we go for this internal inducement, right, in between this move. This is a high that never came to test this order block right here and did nothing. Didn't do a retest, didn't take liquidity, didn't do nothing. You don't trust it. So we sweep it on market open. As we do a liquidity sweep on market open, well, look to trade it. That's my best advice out of this video. If we do a liquidity sweep on a market open, you look to trade it. And so then, as we do the liquidity sweep on the upside, what you have? You have the lows of London. You have this initial move, which will obviously become a trap. It's not that simple. And then the previous daily low. Boom. What more do you want? You long it to then short it. You predict every single move on the market. And this is by understanding liquidity and knowing how the price actually moves. Now, this won't give you a 100% win rate. But if you do want a 100% win rate, then check this video right here on how I took my win rate from 30% to 100%. Super scammy shit. So just go check it, and Godspeed, brothers.